Howdy folks, Tetsu here, down in lower tiers where the power is low but the battles are fierce. And today I'll be continuing my self-proclaimed quest to archive all the battles during the first 7U tournament, which thereby I hope to bring light to the tier and possibly help it grow. So join me as we move on to the 12th match of round 2. Our combatants this time will be Comedier against 5-Dots. While Comedier is a new face, 5-Dots kicked everything off in the first match of round 1, going 2-0 against CZim. Will they continue their win streak or acquire their first elimination? Either way, their skill shall be witnessed here today by myself and you, the viewer. If you happen to enjoy the video, I humbly request you click that like button, also subscribe and click that bell if you want to be notified for later uploads. Working together, we can bring more attention to this fascinating metagame. With all that said, let's begin. Okay, match 12, game 1. Let's play lead metagame Tentacool coming from both 5-Dots and Comedier, and start of the rap battle begins. So, question is, are we going to see an immediate rap? Well, Comedier was able to outspeed this time and go for a rap. Rhyhorn coming in, ooh, that's a bit sketchy. Because if Tentacool happens to miss, like, at this point, Rhyhorn would have been hit by Surf, so anything coming in would have been hit. 5-Dots is going for a wrap this time as well, doing a ton of damage. Did that wind up critting? That must have crit, right? Oh, no, it did, okay. So, Comedier is, I don't know, a crit rap. That seems a bit risky to allow. Oh, Meowth coming in, being switched for Rhyhorn. It's going to be taking little damage from Slash. Ivysaur switched in. Ivysaur switched in for both players, but 5-Dots is the one put to sleep. Charmeleon coming in, body slammed, no paralysis. Fire Blast, yep, and that burn? It burned! Rhyhorn is burned! Hitmonchan is going to tank that Earthquake quite well. Agility coming in, going out, I suppose. Body Slam on Golbat and a Paralysis. Wing Attack, however, is going to do a bit of damage. Another Body Slam, Wing Attack, and Golbat is going to go down. So 5-Dots is the one with the first knockout. Ivysaur coming in, paralyzed! And the paralysis goes off. A little more damage coming from Hitmonchan. Another paralysis, body slam, and Hitmonchan finally goes down. Oh, that Hitmonchan did a lot of work. Charmeleon being switched in. Rhyhorn, body slam. Now, to be fair, Charmeleon probably could have done something, but it's going to be switching in for Ivysaur, which takes that Earthquake very well. I mean, burned, Rhyhorn is not that threatening. Another Rhyhorn coming in. It's going to be sacked. So 5-Dots has taken out 2, where Comedier has taken out 1. Ivysaur switched into Tentacool. This is... Blizzard misses. Okay. Twice! And Ivysaur manages to wake up! Charmeleon is switched into the Blizzard, and it does quite a bit of damage, unfortunately. Charmeleon does not resist ice moves in this generation. Ivysaur is taken out. Meowth comes in, finishes off 5-Dots Charmeleon. Ivysaur Razor Leaves on the Charmeleon coming in. Fire Blast on the Rhyhorn. And Fire Spin misses. Oh, but the small chance. There's a 10% chance, I think, of Charmeleon not being KO'd, and it ended up not getting the KO, which is very sad. Meowth coming in for 5-Dots. It's taking a bit of damage from this, but to be fair, Meowth is, outside of Comedier's Meowth, there's not really a whole lot here. It does get taken out. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get a bit of damage. Rhyhorn is not KO'd unless crit by Bubble Beam. So it does quite a bit of damage to Meowth. Ivysaur will not be able to be taken out by a Slash. It finishes off Meowth. And now Comedier is well, they take out Ivysaur. This is down to the wire, actually. But Commodier's Tentacle is incredibly bad shape. It's gonna... Oh, Wrap misses. And 5 Dots goes for Wrap themselves. This is not looking good. Actually, it looks quite bad for Comedier at this point. Should I speed this up? More speed. Surf. Yep. Tentacle is taken out. First match goes to 5 Dots, although it wound up being a bit closer than I honestly figured it would be. Okay. So, game 1 goes to 5 Dots. Let's move on to the next one. Alright. Game 2. Let's play lead metagame. Tentacle coming from Comedier, but Ivysaur coming from 5 Dots this time. Bit of an interesting one. Switch into Voltorb from Ivysaur as Tentacle wraps. Rhyhorn switched in for a PT switch. Voltorb can't do anything. Ivysaur takes damage coming in from EQ. Charmeleon gets put to sleep on its switch in. Comedier, however, is able to dodge a paralysis on the first attack from Ivysaur on its coming in, gets hit again, and then is able to sleep Ivysaur after a miss. Charmeleon is not paralyzed on its switch in. Fire Blast coming in with Tentacle tanking it. Oh, but it looks like 5 Dots is going to be enjoying some burned calamari. Probably cooked calamari, wouldn't it? No, well. Bad joke. Anyway. Comedier's Tentacle is not in a good way right now. Wrapping while burned. That's an interesting one. Meowth gets switched in. Thunder Wave onto Rhyhorn. It is immune. Rock Slide? No, it's an Earthquake, of course. And Rhyhorn is going to go for Rock Slide. Unless it crits, it's not actually going to do too much. Confuse Ray, though, onto the switch instead of a Mega Drain, which is pretty good. Confuse Ray coming in for Tentacle. That's honestly a bit strange. 5 Dots is going to get... Oh, and a crit! Meowth is taken out! Charmeleon being switched into Beedrill. Oh my... Hyper Beam for Beedrill crits and takes out Charmeleon! Oh, and Tentacle also... Wait, what the hell just happened? Like, Voltorb was switched in. Beedrill ended up... Oh, Voltorb must have gotten switched in so they could try to paralyze it, but they decided to go for Tentacle because they figure Beedrill would probably be switched out, maybe? But either way, Charmeleon then is asleep, is going to be switched in, tanks a Bubble Beam for Rhyhorn. Meowth is behind a substitute, so this is not looking good. Charmeleon goes down for Comedier. 5 Dots is 3 months down, but Comedier is currently in a bad position. Sleep Powder misses, and Ivysaur goes down. And Meowth is just wailing away at Comedier's Pokemon. Alright, Golbat comes in. Hyper Beam does not take out Golbat, and Beedrill gets taken out with a crit! Double Edge. And, yeah... Golbat does go down for after taking out Tentacle, though, with Double Edge, but Meowth is able to clean up for the winning hit. Okay, that was something. All right, so 5 Dots is going to be moving on. So, what did we learn? Damage down here can build up pretty quickly. Whether to keep their month secret until necessary or simply not knowing what to switch into, Comedier allowed their Tentacle to take more damage than was needed. We've seen it before in these early rounds, but Rhyhorn is incredibly vulnerable to Fire Blast burns, reducing its damage output to the point of being near crippled. While I understand the chance of Para with Body Slam is tempting, I find it strange to do when Fire Blast would do the most damage, with Rhyhorn being a 2-hit KO after burn damage and even Tent being a bad call for Comedier since Charm outspeeds the next turn. Charm still does not resist ice moves. Ivy is quite bad as a lead. outsped by other common leads and lacking coverage for them outside of sleep. While it has a chance to get sleep powder off against either Tent or Charm, it won't be without severe damage. Blizzard from Tent dealing 61.9 to 73%, and Charm's Fire Blast pushing out 71.5 to 84.2% of damage. Stack that with Sleep Powder's 75% accuracy, and you'll soon find that it just ain't worth it. Turn 12 was a good call by 5 Dots, and once again shows what good prediction can do for any game. On the flip side, a bad call can put you in a heap of trouble, with 5 Dots sending Intent to be sacked to B's Hyper Beam, clearly expecting Rhyhorn. Substitute can be quite powerful when used in the right conditions. This also highlights why allowing your opponent chances to set up can lead to a loss. Not too sure what Comedier could have done at this point aside hitting that sleep powder though. With the battle over, 5 Dots will be continuing their march in the winner's bracket, while Comedier, now with their first elimination, will be heading down to the LB. We'll be catching up with them later again, I'm sure. If you happen to find the video interesting, why not come join the 7U community? I'll have all the necessary links down in the description. Until next time everybody, take care. Bye!